Hi, Graeme from Playfair Finance here. I am working on a JV project at the moment. I just thought I'd go over a couple of the stipulations that a JV lender might have in order to be able to get involved. A JV or a joint venture lender would generally be involved if the actual developer was unable to put any contribution of cash in themselves. So the joint venture lender would lend 100% of cost. Now, in order to do that, they would need to take some of the profit, but that really depends on the level of profit that is available in the project. If there's a level of profit of 25% on the gross developed value, then some JV lenders might take slightly less than the 50-50 that you may have heard of, but certainly they'll have an idea of how much they want to make from each project. Now, the development lender won't get involved, certainly in terms of making any financial contribution, until there's planning permission in place. So any land would need to be bought subject to planning when the planning game and the conditional missive time was elapsed. Then obviously the purchase could be made at that point. So there'll be some element of cost required in terms of valuation potentially and planning, obviously, in order to get the planning permission, but that usually would be refunded after completion. Now, in terms of values, the value of the property, in fact, firstly, the value of the project, normally they're about 1.5 million to 10 million. They'll kind of cap it out at that. So it's relatively small-ish projects. But in London and the home counties, they're potentially happy to do values of individual units up to £700,000. But as soon as you get out of the home counties, then you're looking probably at about 400,000 per unit. Thinking behind that is that the smaller the value per unit, the easier it will be to move it on. Whereas if you've got very high values, which the one I'm doing at the moment has got a very high value, they're less, not less interested, but certainly they're a little bit more concerned about the demand and the ability to realise the profit. But it doesn't mean to say that 400,000 is the cap. They'll look at it on a case-by-case basis. The term of the loan tends to be around between 6 and 24 months, at which point the SPV, having been registered by the JV lender, should be in a position to divvy up the profit available. So hopefully that's of help to people who are thinking maybe of 100% funding and perhaps using a JV partner. There are lenders out there that'll do it. They're limited, but there are lenders, and they have their own criteria, as most lenders do. But if it's something you're looking to do and you think we can help you, then please get in touch or comment below.